All right, guys, so been daily driving this 1985 S10 for a while. Let's go over what all we had to do to fix it. And the rims and tires look a little different. Those are, my neighbor gave me those for free, so I'm not including that in everything that's been fixed. Starting with the outside, if you remember, it was like a green color almost. It was not a very good, pleasant color. Cleaned everything up with Comet, yes, the old bathroom cleaner. The pinstripe actually, you know, from the 80s, actually still looks fairly decent. Other than that, on the outside, I did not change a thing. This was a very straight truck to begin with. My grandfather was a body man, so, you know, I should have been known it was going to be a straight truck. I really like how the tailgate looks. I mean, that patina there, I really like that. The black Chevrolet has not been touched. I mean, that looks amazing. It came out really well when we cleaned it up, me and my girls. One thing I do have to note while we're on the outside that I've sort of fixed, it honestly needs fixed better right here underneath. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it or not, but I have a patch on the gas tank. Yeah, you can't tell it, but I did have to patch the gas tank, so that is a concern. Everything else on the exterior of the truck is as it came. On the interior, of course, pulled the carpet. That mud is actually from me, off of my feet. The new radio with the speakers in the radio is new. Yes, there is a gap. I know, I don't care. It doesn't bother me any at all. Gauges and everything I've left alone. I'm not really worried about it. The fuel gauge works. I know that one works. Seat belts. Put this seat belt in here from eBay. It seems to have done the job and it works. It's a little bit low down there, but I can shut the door and, you know, not worry about banging anything up. As you can see, it sort of scratches up my door, but it works. Seat, I haven't found a new one yet. I gotta get a new seat, but I don't want to get a brand new one. I need to get one from pull apart junkyard, something like that. The windows, of course, I fixed. They wouldn't go up, wouldn't go down. Fix those. I believe that's everything on the inside that we've done to this thing. This right here, before we get into that, which we need to, I really like how the S10 turned out, how the red is sort of still in there. This was all sort of a weird moldy color. I really like how this turned out. I just love that gauge, how it's still red like that. I really like that. This is where we really had to do some work, and a lot of this, some of this I filmed, some of this I didn't film. We'll start at the very front, the radiator. I cleaned out the entire cooling system. Radiator's still the same one, but it was that thermostat right there that gave me the biggest fit ever. Had to drill and tap new holes for thermostat, and it became a headache. Quite the headache. Other than that, the emissions pump, which is normally like right there-ish, right underneath the alternator, I deleted all of that. The emissions pump, air pump, whatever you want to call it, took it out. And this new belt right here, if anybody who does do this, who does the emissions pump delete, that's a 48-inch belt. So anybody who needs to new belt whenever you do that, that's 48-inch. I can't see where it says it on there, but that is a 48-inch belt. Deleted the entire emission system, or emissions pump, I should say. There was various lines, like there was one out of here, there's one out of there, it's sort of hooked up here somewhere, and I did all that when I did the valve covers, which I did the valve covers on here, and it really helped with how bad it was leaking, but I still do have some leaks currently, so Wasn't perfect, but definitely helped out a tremendous amount. The battery is new. It was actually given to me, so I did not replace that. But the carburetor I cleaned out, put new gaskets in it. A lot of people like to call it rebuilt the carburetor. I don't really like saying rebuilt because I didn't really build it. I just sort of changed the gaskets out. You know, didn't do a whole lot. So I just new gaskets, cleaned it up really good, put it back in here. I did not record it because it took a long time to get all the parts, and I actually broke, you can't, let me see if I can see any of them. You see these little bitty, there's one back there, way back there, they're little bitty tiny Torx bit screws. They're tiny. There's one there. They're very small. I broke a couple of them and had to replace them. And when I replaced them with regular hex bolts rather than those Torx bits, because I hated them, hated working on them. So that carburetor actually took me a little while to get all my parts and get everything together. If you're noticing, this truck did have AC when I first got it. The motor was bad, the compressor was bad, and the blower motor actually would not turn on with the AC still connected. So I disconnected the AC, and then the blower motor started working. So clearly I had some sort of wiring issue as far as that goes. So if you see like this right here, this went to the AC. This one right here, this went to the AC. I didn't really do anything with them. I just took them off and let them be. I took a lot of the line out, but not all of it. So, you know, that's why this is sort of hanging like it is. The blower motor is new because even though, yes, it did work, when I unplugged the AC, it made a terrible, terrible, terrible racket. Other than that, oil had been changed. You know, the basic maintenance stuff. Other than that, I did have to replace I think it was this one. I had to replace the studs on this wheel, just 2 of them, I believe, 2 or 3 of them. And then this mirror was actually the original mirror, and it was falling down, but I zip tied it. So it seems to work now that I zip tied it. And also, this mirror here is new. And then other than that, that's really all it took to get this thing to be a daily driver. You know, maintenance and cleaning everything out. I did have to run, you know, new plugs and wires, of course, you know, part of the maintenance. And then other than that, it fired up. I've been driving it every day since November. We're now in the middle of February. So it's been good. It's been a good truck. I've definitely enjoyed owning it and getting to drive it again. So hope it helps. Thank you much.